Rachel Zegler was the perfect example of a Hollywood dream come true. She went from singing on YouTube to winning awards and landing starring roles in blockbuster movies. Her rise to fame felt almost magical, like a fairy godmother had waved her wand and said, "You shall be a star." But as any good fairy tale will tell you, there's always a twist. In Rachel's case, it wasn't an evil stepmother or a cursed spinning wheel. It was a string of controversies, social media backlash, and the harsh public scrutiny that comes with being a star in the modern world. From her casting as Disney's Snow White to her outspoken political views, Rachel Zegler's journey has shifted from bright promise to polarizing figure. So how did Hollywood's new princess end up at the center of such a tumultuous storm? Let's pull back the velvet curtain on this cautionary tale and remember to giggle along the way. When asked about the original Snow White, Rachel didn't mince words. "I'm a narcissist," she joked, before pointing out how outdated the 1937 cartoon felt, particularly its portrayal of romance. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. She added that she would elbow everyone out of the way to play the part of a princess, but emphasized she wanted to be paid fairly for her time, especially if the movie is streamed for hours online. Zegler's story really does feel like a Cinderella tale. Born in Hackensack, New Jersey, she grew up performing in high school musicals and posting song covers on YouTube. Her talent caught the eye of casting directors, and in 2019 she was chosen from over 30,000 hopefuls to play Maria in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story. It was like winning the lottery, only instead of cash, she got a Golden Globe. Critics called her performance a revelation, and she made history as the youngest actress to win Best Actress at the Golden Globes. Hollywood embraced her as the new, diverse face of its future. But Zegler quickly learned that fame in the digital age comes with fine print, especially after she was cast as Disney's new Snow White in 2021. At first, the move seemed like another fairy tale win, a Latina actress playing a classic Disney princess. However, backlash erupted almost immediately. Critics argued that Snow White's defining trait, skin as white as snow, was central to the character. Casting Rachel, a proud Latina, felt like rewriting the fairy tale. Social media exploded with debates about diversity, authenticity, and whether Disney was sacrificing legacy for progress. Then came Rachel's bold response, "I'm not going to bleach my skin for this role." While some admired her unapologetic stance, others found the remark dismissive and inflammatory. Instead of calming things down, it poured gasoline on the fire. Soon, everyone was talking about Snow White's skin color. More so than when people noticed Prince Eric didn't have nipples in the Little Mermaid remake. Things escalated when Zegler made promotional comments calling the original 1937 Snow White very old-fashioned, and criticizing the prince's behavior as stalkerish. Her intent was to promote the remake as a modern feminist story, but the remarks backfired. Fans of the original felt she was insulting a beloved classic that had shaped childhoods across generations. Memes and jokes flooded the internet. One viral post read, "If you hate Snow White so much, why not remake Frozen and call it Chilly Independent Woman?" As if that weren't enough, controversy soon surrounded the Seven Dwarfs. Disney decided to avoid portraying them traditionally and opted for CGI characters instead of hiring actors with dwarfism. Actor Peter Dinklage called the original portrayal backward, prompting Disney to make changes. However, some in the dwarfism community were upset. They felt opportunities for real actors had been erased in the name of political correctness. Rachel had no say in this decision, but as the face of the film, she became associated with the controversy. Once again, she was caught in the storm. Outside of Snow White, Rachel's outspoken presence on social media added more fuel to the fire. She often voiced political opinions, including sharp criticisms of Donald Trump and his supporters. One especially charged tweet referred to Trump supporters as a stain on America. While many praised her honesty, others felt her comments were too divisive for someone starring in a family-friendly Disney film. Conservative commentator Megyn Kelly even chimed in, calling Zegler a pig and blasting Disney for keeping her while other actors had been fired for less inflammatory remarks. The situation had turned from fairy tale to full-blown soap opera. Hashtags like #ReplaceRachel began trending on Twitter. Suggestions for new actresses ranged from the serious, like Lily Collins, to the ridiculous, like using animatronic princesses or simply reverting to the animated original. Disney was stuck in a lose-lose scenario. Replacing Rachel would draw accusations of caving to public pressure, while keeping her risked alienating audiences and hurting the film's success. Zegler attempted to clarify her statements in interviews, insisting her comments about the original film were taken out of context. She said she wasn't trying to disrespect Disney's legacy but wanted to update the story for a modern audience. Unfortunately, her explanations often came off as defensive, and the public remained divided. To her supporters, Rachel was a talented young woman navigating impossible circumstances. To her critics, she was digging her own grave with a gold-plated shovel. Now, all eyes are on the 2025 release of Snow White. The movie could redeem her career or mark its downfall. For Disney, the stakes are just as high. This isn't just about one film, it's about how the studio addresses complex social issues without alienating its core audience. One thing is certain, the road ahead won't be easy. Rachel Zegler's rise and fall is a modern Hollywood cautionary tale. It shows how fame can be both a blessing and a curse, especially in a world where every word can spark a firestorm. Whether she's a misunderstood heroine or the author of her own downfall depends on who you ask. One thing's for sure, this saga has all the elements of a Hollywood blockbuster, just maybe not a happy ending. So what's your take? Is Rachel Zegler being unfairly targeted, or has she written herself into her own tragic script? If you liked today's video, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.